What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play Hyrule Warriors Legends. In the last episode we took on Linkle's Tale, mission 4, her true self, and now in this episode it's time to take on the final mission of Linkle's Tale, which is the other hero. So, will we meet the actual hero of time, or the hero of this version of Hyrule? Who knows? Let's select our weapon, and of course our favorite fairy, Mai, and get going.
The dark beast, Ganon, had been defeated by Link and his allies. Hyrule Castle was free from the clutches of the powerful darkness. Together, Zelda and Link set out for the Temple of the Sacred Sword. There, they would seal away a fragment of the evil spirit. This surely would bring peace back to the land. Or so they believed. But no sooner had Link and Zelda departed when a new horde of monsters approached Hyrule Castle. Ganondorf had fallen, and the monsters were left without a leader. But still, they showed no hesitation in attacking innocent Hyruleans. Without Link or Zelda, or the allies who had come to their aid from other worlds, Hyrule Castle was left quite defenseless. In order to protect the people of the land, Impa gathered together battle-weary soldiers whose wounds had not even begun to heal. This, then, would be their sacrifice for Hyrule. They fought as valiantly as they could. At that moment, a girl approached the battlefield. Linkle's journey had been plagued by false starts from the moment she left her village. But she had finally arrived at Hyrule Castle. She witnessed the brave soldiers struggling to defeat the attacking monsters. Their courage kindled her spirit, and Linkle knew that the time had come to fulfill her destiny. She gripped tightly the compass hanging around her neck and readied herself to save Hyrule. Without another thought, Linkle leapt into the fray amid the hordes of screeching monsters.
Hey, we did it guys! We finally made it to Hyrule Castle. It took us the entirety of Linkle's storyline, but we're here, and oh geez, this place has definitely seen better days. But hey, I mean, we're here just in the nick of time. Like, monsters are attacking, and Link and Zelda are away, so might as well take up the hero's mantle and see if we can't thwart this attack. So it's pretty cool how, like, this takes place directly after Link does defeat Ganon and goes to, like, return the Master Sword to his pedestal. But it's like, oh no, Hyrule is still under attack, so it's a good thing Linkle showed up when she did. So let's do what we do best and save the day. You know, I gotta say, Hyrule Field really does look a lot different, like, in its destroyed version of the map. It's almost like a completely different area, but, it's still very familiar to me since, of course, you know, I've played through the entirety of the 3DS version and the entirety of the Wii U version, so I've seen this map several times before. Anyways, right now we just want to focus on taking out all of these Moblin captains. That way the Hyrulean forces have a better chance against them, since they're all over the place and they're just causing a lot of havoc. This mission, I would say, is slightly more involved than the others in Linkle's Tale, because there's a lot of little things that are going to be happening that you need to deal with, and you want to make sure you deal with them in a timely manner as to not get, like, overwhelmed with all the various different things going on. Right now we actually cannot play as Impa, but once you can, you probably will want to swap back and forth between the characters. That way you can cover, you know, different sections of the map and deal with various different threats that are going to be appearing and, you know, disappearing, causing havoc all over the place. So keep that in mind. Anyways, yeah, we're pretty much at the end of Linkle's Tale already, and I'll be honest with you guys, like, I thought Linkle's Tale was going to be a little more involved than it actually is. Like, I remember when I first beat it, I was a little, I don't want to say disappointed, because I don't think that's the right word. I just think I expected a little too much from it. Like, I was really excited for this character, and I thought it was awesome that she was going to have, like, her own backstory and lore. but I feel like we really only got like a surface explanation for this character and all her motivations and stuff like that. And maybe that's my fault for expecting this new character to have like deep lore that would fit in with the rest of the Zelda cast, who by the way are all like expertly written and woven together across multiple games. So maybe that was a little too much to ask, especially considering that this game is non-canonical to begin with. But you know, despite this game being non-canonical, I feel like it does have a lot to offer and add to already pre-existing Zelda lore. So I don't really count it out completely like a lot of people seem to do, although I don't take like everything that happens in this game as fact. Anyways, real quick, let's open up this chest and see what we get. If I'm not mistaken, I think this one is actually a heart piece, so let's see. And we got ourselves, yep, there's the heart piece. Alright, sweet, not bad. So, yeah, like, I don't write this game off completely, and, Legend mode, like, discounting the DLC storylines is written pretty well, and does sort of play out from a plot's perspective very similar to a typical Zelda storyline, minus the whole, you know, going to different game worlds, if you will. So, I mean, yeah, sure it is non-canonical, and people do write it off for that fact alone, but I feel like this game still has a lot to offer, and, you know, sometimes change is a good thing, guys. So, I've embraced this game, and I accept it for what it is, but, I feel kind of bad that, like, a lot of people just look past it because, oh, you know, it's not Zelda, it's more Dynasty Warriors than, like, anything else, and I feel like if you do that, you're sort of missing out on what this game does have to offer. That being said, if you have played this game and you didn't really like it, I totally get it. Like, I'm not saying this is the end-all, be-all of games. Like, if you don't like it, you're a terrible person. That is not at all what I'm saying. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Everyone has their own opinions when it comes to games, and no one type of game is necessarily better than the other. Like, for instance, I don't generally like RPG games, but there's a huge following for RPG games, so that doesn't mean, like, RPG games are bad just because I don't like them. It's just that they're not, you know, my cup of tea. Like, I prefer more action-oriented games and stuff like that. And that's, I think, why action RPGs sort of do interest me more than typical RPGs. Like, for instance, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Like, I played that game because, yeah, sure, it was like a really long RPG, but it was action-oriented, so I did enjoy my time with it. It's more of the turn-based RPGs that, I don't particularly like. Anyways, before I get off topic and, like, talk about all that jazz for, you know, hours on end, let's focus on taking out these Gibdos because they are attacking our, main base, and that is not good. So, yeah, I want to make sure you clear those guys out very, very quickly because if the castle keep goes down, it's pretty much game over for this mission. So, yeah, protect this at all costs, guys. Trust me, you do not want to lose that keep. Anyways, now we gotta go and capture a couple of keeps in the north of this area, and then we might be around the halfway point for this mission. Like I said, this mission is pretty involved, and there's a lot of steps in order to actually progress and complete the mission. So I'm gonna try and go through things pretty quickly, but you may want to capture a couple of keeps along the way because, if I'm not mistaken, like, once we get to a certain point, a boss is going to spawn, and the more keeps that we have in our possession right now will slow that boss down, since it will try to make its way towards the castle keep, and if it makes it there, it can be very, very destructive. And like I said, if that keep goes down, it's pretty much game over. So anything we can do to delay that, you should probably do. So giving ourselves, like, the buffer of those two keeps is probably all we really need. Like, the boss, we won't be able to deal any damage to it right when it spawns. Like, we'll need some time to take care of something else, and then we can actually deal with the boss itself. So those few extra seconds of the boss, like, taking out those keeps, may just save our bacon, guys. Alright, so let's take over this keep as quickly as we can, and there we go. Now, we just need to get one next here, and we'll be good to go. And of course, yeah, taking out the outpost captains is not a bad idea either, since that'll cause, like, your troops to spawn in that area, and maybe hold off some troops, that way they don't recapture those keeps as quickly as before. And again, like, if you've watched my Let's Play of the Wii U version of this game, you should pretty much know the basics of how this game works and the little tiny things you can do to make your troops more efficient and keep the keeps a little bit longer and, you know, basically stuff like that. So I feel like I don't really need to reiterate that too much because the people who are watching this have probably at least already played or at least watched a Let's Play or a playthrough of the original Hyrule Warriors Legends. So all that basic information I feel like doesn't really need to be stated as much as maybe I would if I was like playing through this game for the first time. Anyways, let's get rid of this guy because he is posing a problem here in the castle keep, and I totally did not mean to use my special on absolutely nothing there. That was an accidental button press. I do that a lot when playing this game for whatever reason. I think it's honestly because my thumbs are like too large for the 3DS, and I do have like pretty large hands, and the original 3DS, which is what I'm playing on, is fairly tiny. I do plan on getting a new 3DS capture device very, very soon actually, because I think the guy who makes them in the United States is getting ready to launch his capture boards for the new 3DS, and I've been waiting for that for like a couple of months now, so as soon as I can, I'm gonna buy one of those and upgrade my capture device. Kind of stinks that by the time I get it, I'll probably be done with like my Let's Play of Hyrule Warriors Legends, like all the exclusive content, but it will be nice to have for the future, like unless, you know, Nintendo announces some new handheld system in the future, then it might be entirely pointless. It depends. Honestly, like, I am kind of curious as to what the Nintendo NX is going to be, because it might be like a handheld console hybrid. Like, I've heard that rumor going around, so who even knows, man? Looking forward to E3 this year to find out. Anyways, here's our boss for this stage. It's fire-breathing King Dodongo, but you'll notice it's not the normal King Dodongo. It's a dark King Dodongo, and we can't really deal any damage to Mr. King Dodongo right now. Like, if we go up to him, we can maybe distract him and slow him down, but his health meter is really not going to diminish whatsoever. So this is kind of fruitless, but we do need to trigger one other event. That way we can start to deal some damage to this guy. So for now, we'll just stand here and distract him, try and stop him from taking out this keep and really, you know, getting closer to our main base. But yeah, he really does not seem interested in sticking around with me. Come on, dude, don't walk over there. You got, you know, other things to take care of, like me, for instance. Alright, well, that's not really working, so let's get out of here, since we have some other things to take care of. Some other powerful monsters have appeared, so let's take those guys out, and then maybe we can worry about King Dodongo a little bit later on. Like, maybe something will happen, and he'll lose his invincibility, and then we can just very easily take him out ourselves, no problem. We just gotta make sure we do this quick enough, that way he doesn't get all the way over to the castle keep and start, like, taking that out. Otherwise, then we'll have a lot of problems. We're pretty much on the last leg of this mission, I would say now. But there's still plenty to do, so let's head over here and see if we can take out, like, the last few powerful monsters. You know, I realize it probably would have been smarter to swap to Impa to do this, since there will be another event that takes place, like, after we take out this first set of powerful monsters that we will need to take care of across the map. So having both my characters over here probably wasn't the smartest idea, but, you know, whatever. At least we did take out that guy a little bit faster. So you might think now is time to go and fight King Dodongo, right? Well, not just yet, because more powerful monsters have appeared. So yeah, we need to go and take care of those guys first, and we need to do that quickly because Dark King Dodongo is rapidly making his way towards the castle keep. Like, our distractions are not really holding him, so let's take out these moblins and do work. There's like, I don't know, 5 of them around here or so that we need to take out, so hopefully we can just you know, cut through these guys like a hot knife through butter, get them all out of the way, and then go and fight King Dodongo before he makes his way into the castle keep, because once he's in there, like I said, he will start taking that area out, and he burns through it pretty quickly. Just trust me on that one. Like, when I first played through this mission when I wasn't that high level, he did get that keep pretty low. Like, I was able to thwart his attack, but I was cutting it really close. Anyways, check it out. Defeating those monsters has returned Dark King Dodongo back to normal King Dodongo. Well, it was actually the Compass's light, if you will, but I feel like having the monsters defeated had something to do with it. So, there we go. I'll get rid of these two guys, and then we'll go ahead and fight King Dodongo since he's actually kind of far away. It doesn't really seem like he's moved too much since, you know, last time we passed by him. So it does give me a little bit of time to take out this last Gibdo and, you know, be on my merry way. I don't want these guys to take over this keep just because, you know, I don't want them to. And that's all the reason that I need. Alright, so let's rush over to King Dodongo and put a stop to his tirade, take him out, and save Hyrule Castle once and for all, guys. It's been a long time coming for this mission. I know I've been, like, talking about King Dodongo a lot, but, it's finally time to deal with this threat. So let's do it. And hey, check it out. Yeah, boss magic absorbed. I think that might be a benefit of, like, the fairy that we chose. Not entirely sure. That or it's entirely scripted. I don't really know, because I'm pretty sure, I used the same fairy on, like, my first playthrough. But regardless, what that means is, like, our magic meter will slowly increase just because we can essentially steal the magic from King Dodongo. So that is pretty awesome. And can we get this weak point? Oh, yeah, we got it. Check this out. Bam. Look how much damage that did. Like, one more of those, and King Dodongo is down. That literally took, like, I don't know, 60% of his HP bar. That is crazy. Alright, let's see if we can do it again. Hopefully we can, because I'm going to go ham with my magic and just chunk this guy out as much as I possibly can. Just a couple more hits, and let's unleash on him. Hopefully this will do it. Well, at least we got rid of his weak point meter, and there we go. That does it. You fought well. No thanks needed, Commander Impa. I was just doing my duty as a legendary hero. I'm sure my grandma would be proud. Ha, yes, I'm sure she would be. And we did it, guys. We saved Hyrule, kind of. I mean, Link and Zelda showed up there at the end, but at least we were able to thwart the attack on the castle while they were busy, you know, putting the Master Sword back in the pedestal and sealing up Ganon for who knows how long. So, at the very least, we helped out. It was kind of cool. I'm actually a little upset that, like, Link and Linkle never actually met, you know, in the storyline itself, but still, it was pretty cool. Like a nice ending, I would say, to Linkle's tale. And if I could actually get past these menus, that would be great. Alright, there we go. Got ourselves a nice magical bean. Pretty neat. With that, though, we have finished up Linkle's tale. There are 4 Wind Waker themed missions left for us to complete, though, so we're going to take those on in the next episode. But that's going to do it for this video, so if you guys enjoy this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.